somebody that loved you, somebody that you said that you loved. What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel, and if you are not new, welcome back to my channel. Today is a very special day. Today is the day that we talk about the Dara Northern case, the updates that we have thus far, and what we can take from that. If you don't know who I am, my name is B Octavia. I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm a mom of a 4, almost 5-year-old, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I did want to say later on in this month that Be The Brand will have some new arrivals and the website will be fully updated and things like that. I do appreciate those who have supported Be The Brand thus far, and it's only going to get better. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So where we left off at in talking about Dara Northern's unfortunate murder, we also spoke on her life and her accomplishments, and I also went into detail about what women should steer clear of being in a relationship. And most of the time, an individual in general won't realize that it's toxic until it gets to a certain point. You may think that a person grabbing on you in a certain way is them showing you that they love you, and that's not it. A person talking to you in a certain type of way, whether it's in front of people especially or not, you know what I'm saying, that's not love. You should get away from it, because on the inside it will break you down. And when words don't work, what does a bully or a abuser do? They use their fists, their feet, whatever they can. Being from DC, I feel really bad for Dara. I feel really bad for her that she was almost 30, and had accomplished a lot in that time, and would have probably went on to be a news anchor or something even bigger or better than that. So for it to be somebody who had dreams and was working towards them, it's just very unfortunate. Unfortunate that it had to happen this way. And usually you don't realize that the person that you lay with, the person that you are in a relationship with, is jealous of you and is jealous of the talent that you possess. So it's something to definitely note and remember in your own relationships. So today we are going to talk about what we have so far. I like to wait a certain amount of time, maybe 6 to 7 months or so, before giving an update, because I want to have a lot to give y'all. I want to have a lot to talk about. I don't really like short videos. In my last video, a couple people shed light on what actually happened, and they were in my comments. Some of which heard the 911 call that was made by Dara's friend that was with her. I considered adding the 911 call to this video, but I decided not to, just off of a triggering standpoint. You know what I'm saying? It might trigger me, it might trigger a lot of y'all, and that's not the goal or mission with talking about Dara, talking about her life, and maybe talking about her murder, but that's raw. We all been through things, and I just don't want to trigger nobody. But I do want to enlighten you on the process and progress that the judicial system is making. So July 18th at around 1:28 to 1:30, Dara Northern was shot and pronounced dead on the scene. She was 29 years young. August 2nd, not even a month later, a man by the name of Judicial was arrested. The 34-year-old man was charged with second-degree murder while armed. The D.C. Superior Court judge assigned to this case considered information from witnesses that were on the scene that night, as well as people's testimonies from prior incidents involving the victim and the defendant. As a result of that hearing, Falls was ordered to be held at DC jail until his next hearing and what was decided in that. His next scheduled court date was on August 25th. This hearing was being held to determine if the case against him was strong enough and had enough evidence for the prosecution to go to trial. Also, in this hearing, a stay away order was issued for a witness to protect against Adrisha Falls or whoever, and the defense did not object to that. So, in that hearing, it was determined that the prosecution had enough evidence against Mr. Falls to take their case to trial. The next hearing was a preliminary hearing scheduled for September 21st of 2021. During that hearing, a MPD detective on Dara's case testified that the victim was shot in the right eye while sitting in a vehicle with her friend. In a 911 call made by Dara's friend, she can be heard saying, "It's her boyfriend. He shot her through my window." Even with knowing all of that, the defense attorney representing Mr. Falls asked the judge to release his client with the strictest possible conditions. The judge responded, "There are no conditions or combination of conditions that will ensure the safety of the community. Why would you think that you would be let out for any reason?" But I guess that's how it goes. And at the end of the day, the defense attorney is just doing his job. But in my mind, it shows of how the defendant actually feels without him saying so. And to me, it shows a lack of accountability because it's too much against you. You already got a prior relationship with the victim. It's people, whether it be family, friends, neighbors, that then seen disputes happen between the two of y'all, and he didn't even plead guilty. I personally would not roll a dice and take a chance like that with so much evidence against me. And that's just me. You know what I'm saying? He did have another hearing set for December 10th, but I unfortunately could not find what happened as a result of that hearing. I don't know if around that time the new variant was doing what it wanted to do and they might have pushed the hearing back or whatever. But neither here nor there. The updates that we have are there have been stay away orders put out to ensure the safety of a witness or however many, you know what I'm saying? And to me, that is kind of alarming because it's a potential that he could get out with some type of strict conditions or what have you. Even though the judge said what they said, it's no telling with how many inmates get released just because they don't want this new variant to spread, whether they're guilty or not. It's no telling how any of this is going to go right now. But it looks like it's going to keep on. I can't wait to the trial. Let me just say that. And I'm taking that into huge consideration what the judge said. There are no amount of conditions to ensure that he won't do this again. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long they was together, the victim and the defendant. But honestly, it don't have to be long for it to get like this. Especially in a city like this. Maybe I'm saying that because I'm from here. But nonetheless, like, it doesn't take long for it to end like this. And I did a domestic violence video. And I was basically talking about how, us as women, there aren't many laws to protect against a abuser coming back around, doing the same thing. Maybe even harming you to the point where you can't take care of your kids or you can't live no more. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like nothing ever happens until something really, really bad happens. I hate that that's a fact from experience. I hate that that's a fact from other people's experience, and it should not be like that. So we know that stay away orders have been issued. We know that the defendant did not plead guilty, which shows a lot to me in culpability and things like that. After a preliminary hearing, prosecutors and defense attorneys sometimes agree to submit the case on the record. When this happens, a judge, not a jury, will review the preliminary hearing transcript to determine the defendant's guilt. There may not be like a really drawn out trial. That's what I'm getting from this. It might be like a mini trial. And I believe it's better for a defendant to go in and just be judged by the judge and not by the jury. I mean, if it's the judge that said it's no amount of restrictions, then, Buddy's looking at some time neither here nor there from doing what he did. Her probably wanting to break up with you because you was giving jealous vibes and things like that doesn't warrant you to shoot her through a window. Shoot her, period. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that loved you. Somebody that you said that you loved. I hope that in turn, because I will be back to talk about any other updates that we have, and then talk about what this person was sentenced to and what was the overall result of, or the closing of, Dara's case. We will have a conclusion on that, and it will be something that the family can live with. Don't slap the family in the face and do no 15 or nothing. No, you know what I mean? I want a good outcome for Dara's family. Cases like this have to set a certain standard. They definitely do, because domestic violence is high in the DC area, in the DMV as a whole. It's a lot of people doing it, and it won't come out until something like this happens, until they take it too far. And you gotta know not to do that. Just like you gotta know not to put your hands on them every day. You gotta know not to raise your hand or raise your voice, So, hopefully, in turn, he learns his lesson. And he doesn't have the opportunity to be around any woman that's not a CO for a very long time. And hopefully not even that, because you never know what a person can turn into if, they have all these problems with women, but they keep wanting different women and keep wanting to ruin their lives. Don't do it. You gotta see through some of these men, because they really just be out to drain you. They be out to stop you from doing what you need to do to succeed personally. To be in a relationship means it's two individuals that become one, but y'all still two individuals to me. It's healthy for you to have your own life and for him to have his own life. Don't make it seem like we gotta always be together, because that is smothering, and that ain't gonna work either. It's your girl, Octavia. If you have anything on the December 10th hearing that was held, or if it wasn't held, if let me know in the comments. I do appreciate it. And I appreciate all the love. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back with another one very, very soon. And I also will have uploads on my second channel, so make sure you go over there and subscribe.